Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio, and this is Mission Inspiration for December. I'm getting really close to the end of the month. So the first prompt was cover the page with patterned paper, and of course the theme is going to be Christmas. This hopefully will be out on Christmas Day. I hope you're all having a wonderful Christmas Day if you watch it that day. If not, I hope you did have or will have if you were watching it some year in the future. Anyway, so the prompt list includes words and colors, and the colors were red, green, and gold, kind of, traditional Christmas colors. And so I started with this patterned paper. Well, the trees are patterned. I don't know if the top part looks really patterned, but the plan was to make it look like a sky. So, and then of course I cut it too short. We'll just add some white paint to that. Actually, white gesso. Cover up that and kind of blend it together. Hopefully hide that a little bit. And glue it on. And I am using the Tombow Aqua glue. I love the little fine tip applicator. Probably should be used for smaller objects, but I hadn't tried it yet. This is the first time I've had that glue, and I just really wanted to see how well it worked. And I think it works pretty well, and it does stay movable for a little while, so you can get things lined up the way you want. I just have to trim that down a little bit. Figured I wanted a straight edge, so we'd line it up with the bottom there to get it nice and straight. Now the tacky glue probably would have worked better because it grabs so much faster. So that those edges would stay down and not, I wouldn't feel like I had to keep pushing on them. The edge towards the center of the magazine sticks out the whole time. So the next prompt was add a thin wash of white gesso or paint. So I thought this would be a good way to kind of hide the seams and fill in that center section a little bit more, so that all the seams aren't too obvious. I think at some point I decide my brush isn't doing a good enough job, so I stick my fingers in the paint. That's normal, isn't it? So here I'm using a Q-tip trying to get some of the paint off of the shiny gold dots. Some of them I rub a little too hard and they end up rubbing the gold off too. But I don't think you'll really notice them in the end too much. So here's where I'm trying to make it a little thicker, get it to hide that seam a little bit better. Alright, so the next was to add stamp text or images, and not very successful stamping on this magazine because the page isn't flat, so I got some really uneven, but the plan was for it to just be background, so yeah, I think you can tell what the words say. Right. So got that on there. Now the next prompt is to add paint or color with your fingers. And since now at this point I have an idea in my head of what my focal image is going to be, I didn't want to add any other colors, so I'm going to add gold. And I'm just doing it around the edges, kind of giving it a vignette sort of look. I don't know if any of you have seen my Christmas decorations video. you'll know that my theme is white, so I was keeping it pretty white. This is not going up, but it just was in my head. So here I'm creating the focal images, and what's really funny is what inspired me. We were driving to my sister's for a Christmas party, and it was dark, and it's a long way, so there's lots of, signs along the way, and my eyes aren't that great. I was not driving. My eyes aren't that great, and from a distance there was some signs, and it totally looked like Christmas decorations, like an illuminated person with an ugly Christmas sweater on. I'm serious. I did not tell that to my sister because she would have thought I was crazy or completely blind, because, I am. I really thought that would kind of make more of a white shadow on the background, but it doesn't do much. So yes, I went to Michael's, and they were having 70% off of some of their Christmas stuff was 70% off. So I got these for really cheap. I was so excited. They need to put their other washi on sale that price. I'd probably stock up. So I have a lot of washi tape for next year because, this is the last thing I'm creating for Christmas. I've done all my cards and everything. This part is a little tedious, so I might crop it a little bit. You see here, I decided the head should be one color, and the most logical was the red. So I'm using a variety of little skinny red washi tape to create the heads. And then we're gonna get on to the sweaters. I think I'll crop just a little bit here and then a little bit at the end. So you see the process just a little. So here you see I am doing them all at the same time, and started that first piece in a different spot so they don't all look identical, even though everything is in the same order. It'll make each sweater look, of course they're so busy, you probably wouldn't notice. Well, you might if they were exactly identical. It might look a little weird. Anyway, there's more of this, and then we'll get to doing the pants. So here I'm done with the sweaters. Now, a smart thing to do would have been to put the washi tape down and then cut out the shapes. I thought I was being conservative this way, but there were so many little teeny pieces of sticky washi tape everywhere. It took forever to get them off of the scissors, off of my craft mat, off of my hands. Anyway, just a suggestion. So this is just Payne's Gray, really watered down, thinking of those signs that I saw. So the top was lit, that's the sweater. There was a pole sticking out of the top, that's the head, and then the pole at the bottom. So I kind of left it sort of the gray color. I didn't want to do black because I didn't really want black on my page since there's nothing really black on there yet. The stamp I did was watering can, so that's kind of a gray. And here I felt like they needed some shine, so I'm just doing watered down of that gold. You can't really see it. I see it a little bit, but not much. Just felt like they needed something. And then, yeah, we're going to give them the pinstripe edges on the pants. Gotta have something going on down there. It's funny, I have a hard time lining it up with my left hand, so we're going to turn that around and line it up with my right hand. So much easier that way. Alright, so we got our little people, and then we're just going to glue them down. And I'm using heavy gel medium. Pretty old, and it's got lots of dry goobers in there. I need to just dump it and get a new jar of it. So if you're interested in the Mission Inspiration Facebook group where all these prompts come from, I believe they are going to be doing it next year as well, Mike Deacon. And he says he might be changing it up a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm lucky to get one a month in, but so I will still be playing along. I still have some pages left in this magazine. I might start on the left-hand side and do the other side of the book. And then I'd have this huge full book of Mission Inspiration. It's been a lot of fun. Anyways, I'm just pushing that down because it was cardstock that I did it on, so it was kind of stiff. And we got to make them look like sweaters, right? So we got to give them, separate their arms. And then I just decided to doodle around the edges. I think there was a prompt there that said add bling or gold or something, so more gold pen. So I made them extra scribbly. Not sure whether I like that or not. Okay, and so prompt number 7 was to do some journaling or quote or phrase. And let's see, so I can read the whole thing. I just found a quote that had sweater in there. So it's long night, large sweater, warm tea, good books, soft socks. And I left out the last part because I didn't leave enough space. It said a box of chocolates. Figured it didn't need to be there because, you know, there was nothing chocolatey about my page. Just the big sweater. I'm just trying to make it really bold and stand out. Kind of a different Christmas page. Not your traditional. So it said prompt 8 was finished with a border of your choice. I really didn't want to do a border, so there's a line. Going all the way around the edge. So here's a couple of close-ups. You can see all the different washi tape. Kind of crazy. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please hit like and comment if you would. I appreciate hearing all your comments about what I create. And if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.